Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today is actually my birthday. Well, no, technically it was yesterday. So in this episode, I decided to give you guys some words of wisdom and share with you the things that I've learned in my 40 plus years here on this planet. All right, so happy birthday to me. Well, belated. Yesterday was a good day. Hashtag blessed. I still haven't said thank you to each and every one of the people who greeted me, but thank you for remembering me on my birthday. Thank you for Facebook for reminding everybody. So, what have I learned throughout these 40 plus years? Yes, I'm that old. I'm almost going to be half a century. And there are a lot of things I want to share with you guys that I learned, and this is from my own experience, so you can take it with a grain of salt. Maybe you guys have a different experience, but this is coming from me, so hopefully you guys get something out of it. One of the things I learned is don't go out with an ugly person. Yeah, I know it sounds superficial, but hear me out. Okay, now I've tried going out with people that I wasn't attracted to before, and you develop a friendship. You figure out, wow, we get along so well. Why don't we just try going out? Believe me, it never works. You need some physical attraction with that person, because think about it. If you end up with, I don't know, marrying a person who's whoever you end up marrying, okay, it could be a good looking person or an ugly person, their personality is not going to be perfect. All right, nobody's perfect. So at some point, the bad side of their personality or their attitude, their bad attitude will come out in your marriage or relationship or whatever. And if that person is ugly, that's another thing that you have to work on. And you can't work on that, all right? At least with the personality, you can work on that. You could get a better personality, work on your attitude. But the physical appearance, that's unless you go to Korea, South Korea, and get a plastic surgery. But otherwise, just marry somebody that you're attracted to, because I know it's superficial, but it's also important. Okay. Now, I'm not saying just marry somebody just based on physical attraction. Of course, there's got to be the other factors, like if you get along and the personality. But without that initial physical attraction, then it's going to be hard. A lot of people will advise you, do what you love and the money will come, or it doesn't matter, just do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Well, guess what? You can't do that if you have kids. All right? I mean, that's fine if you don't have any responsibility. Then you have the luxury of just doing what you love without even getting paid, and then you get good at it, and then at some point you're going to get paid. But if you have children, then screw it. Don't be selfish and just do what you love regardless. No. Take care of your kids, give child support, and then you do what you love. All right? And at some point, maybe you'll earn enough, but who knows? Like, for example, me, I love comedy, okay? And I was doing it before I got married and had kids. That's the only thing I was doing, and it was fine. I mean, I was earning some money, but it didn't matter to me. The money didn't really matter because it was just me. I was just taking care of myself. But once I had kids and the wife, I had to just suck it up, man up, and, mature and get a real job or a business so that I could take care of them before I could just do whatever I love to do, okay? And here's the other thing. They never tell you to love what you do. Love what you do, what does that really mean? This one's a bit more confusing, because how can you love something that you don't love doing, right? But that's the trick there. See, for example, me, I have a business, right? I manage a security agency. I don't necessarily wake up every day thinking, oh my God, I love this business. I love it. No, I don't. In fact, in the beginning, there was some point where I just wanted to give up. But if you keep doing it, despite not loving it, then you start to build some kind of competence, skills in that thing that you don't really love to do, but you have to do. And at some point, you actually begin enjoying it. So you begin loving what you do. So that's more powerful, I think, than just saying do what you love, because when you start loving what you do, then you can pretty much do anything and enjoy it. And that's true power, because then you can accomplish anything that you want in life and actually enjoy it. This one I learned from my grandmother and my mom. They told me never to live in with your in-laws. That's right. When you get married, get your own place, because it's hard enough to get along with your own parents. What more if you live with your in-laws who are not really your biological parents? So that's just going to be really tough. especially if you can't pay the bills, or if you do pay the bills, then you kind of feel like, wait, why am I paying all the bills here? What about you guys, right? So get your own place. There's always affordable living, and even if you have to sacrifice, it's just better to have your own place. Now, this lesson I learned from my grandfather, and he kind of imparted this on me indirectly, because when I was young and say I would lose money, or even now when I get scammed by people, I always feel bad. But my grandfather had this attitude where you just kind of like let it go and just pray that whoever finds the money or whoever scammed you can use that money for something good, something better than what you were going to use it for. And also understanding that it wasn't for you to begin with, it wasn't meant for you. So it makes things a bit better, because then you don't feel like a victim, and you kind of have that good karma. You're sending it out there to the universe saying, hey, whoever finds the money that I lost, or whoever scammed me, I hope it helps you, and I hope it does good. I hope something good comes out of it. Then you change your perspective, and good things happen when you have that mindset. Next one is stop trying to be right. I learned this from a lot of books, and also through just experience and talking to people who are enlightened, because they keep asking me, would you rather, well, actually you can ask this question to yourself too, would I rather be right, or would I rather be happy? Would I rather be right, or would I rather be rich? Because the ego would want to be right, but you don't want to be right all the time. You just want to be happy, right? But your ego will say, no, you got to be right. For example, when you're arguing with your loved one, like say your wife, well, first of all wives are right, and us guys were just wrong. Just accept it. But seriously speaking, though, if you get into an argument, what's really the point? If it's something, usually it's petty, and you just want to be right. At what cost, though? So why does it matter if you're right or not? I mean, if you're happy, like if if you're rich, right? I mean, doesn't matter if somebody says, "Oh, the world is flat." If you accept that, then I'll give you $1,000,000. Yeah, give me the $1,000,000. I don't want to be right. I don't want to have to say like the world is round and be right and be poor. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Does it make sense? Anyway, all I'm saying is, if you give up trying to be right, you'll be happy. Just practice it. Just practice it for one day and see for yourself. This one I learned from years of meditating. Also reading those self-help. Yes, I'm a sucker for self-help books. That happiness is really a choice. Yeah, I know. It's easy to say this, but it's so simple. But it's hard to always keep this in mind, because a lot of people, including me, and I do this still, even now, we think that we have to achieve something. There has to be an external factor that has to happen for us to be happy. Like, oh, we need to have a new car, we need to have a big house, we need to have all these things for us to be happy. But the truth is, we could be happy now. We could choose to be happy now. I mean, don't get me wrong, of course, like when you get a gift, like when you have kids, or something happens, of course that makes you happy. I'm not saying don't be happy with those things, but recognize that you can actually be happy today if you choose to do so. You don't have to wait for that thing or that person to make you happy. So I don't know if you get that, but yeah, sorry if it's confusing. The last one is always meditate. Yeah, that's the biggest lesson that I learned, because it's like what Abraham Lincoln said. If he's gonna cut down a tree, I think it was Abraham Lincoln who said this. Yeah, if he's gonna cut down a tree, he's gonna spend the first two to 4 hours sharpening the axe. So when you meditate, you're sharpening the axe. You're sharpening your mind. You're preparing yourself to become the best version of you before you actually take action. You actually achieve more by just investing some time in meditating and clearing your mind before you do something. Yeah, well, that's been my experience. I hope you guys got something out of this. If you liked the video, if it helped you out, just click on the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Take care of yourself. Be good. And thanks for all the readings. I'll see you guys next week or Friday. I think I have another video coming Friday. Bye guys. See ya.